This is Education Sector Television International ESTV. It is a beautiful day in the month of October, and I say good morning to you all. Today we are having a special report on Anchor University, Lagos, located in the metropolis of Ayopo. And right beside me, I have the Vice Chancellor of Anchor University, Professor Samuel Bandele. Good morning, Prof.
Yeah, good morning.
Good to see you again, sir.
I'm also happy to see you. It's a pleasure, great delight coming to Education Television today.
Thank you, sir. Sir, can we just set the ball rolling?
Yes, quite well. I'm Professor Samuel Bandele. I hail from the Shamodo, it is in the DBJ, local government in Ekiti State. I'm happy that I'm appearing today before the Education Sector Television. I had all the privilege to have passed through virtually all levels of education in this country. Primary school at the early age, secondary school, and then went to the teachers college at the North Carolina College of Education. After that, I studied education before I now went to university again. And I also worked at every level of education in this country. I taught at the primary school level, I taught at secondary school level, I taught at the teachers college level, CAC Teachers College of RI. I taught at SA, then before I joined the university where I rose up to be Dean of Faculty of Education and became Vice Chancellor of that university. I'm saying this one because it's a privilege for me to be here today to talk about education because I'm an educationist, and I'm happy to also say that it's a little while I switched to administration. I was privileged to rise up to become the Vice Chancellor of Education University. Before I also came here, I resumed some 2 years ago as also the Vice Chancellor of Anchor University, Lagos. That is to say, I'm a Vice Chancellor of a public school and I'm at a private school, still doing this great job of helping young children to grow academically.
Thank you, Prof. Yes. As the incumbent Vice Chancellor of Anchor University, Lagos, what is the vision of the school? Let's share your experience.
Thank you very much. I'm going to talk about the vision of the school, but permit me to say that I'm the second Vice Chancellor of Anchor University. I therefore want to appreciate the effort of my predecessor, and there's not much. And by the grace of God, we're building on this foundation. Anchor University is unique in many respects, particularly because of the vision and mission of the founder of this university. The founder and proprietor of this university is Pastor Dr. William Kumuyi, a renowned global evangelist of great impact at all levels in the whole world. I therefore say, that our vision is particularly geared towards having an institution that will prepare the future of the nation. Our core values private around excellence in academics, character development, courage to be able to confront failures in life, and competence. We want to produce graduates that will work anywhere and be excellent among others. And the feedback we are having is awesome with some of the cells that are produced. And therefore, in the spiritual level, that's the area where we want to be unique. Our environment here, by our vision and mission, is to be free from anything that is called pollutants. We are completely having zero tolerance to drug, cultism, and related misdemeanor. Immorality is a no-go area here, and this has attracted many parents to our university. I want to make bold to say that in the very upcoming years, this Anchor University will be noted as the best, not only in this nation but beyond. I'm not saying the best in terms of everything, but in terms of maintaining discipline and having a free society, a free campus that parents can have rest of mind that their children are here. I think for now, that's just what I can say. The academic and spiritual were poised to have excellence that will be incomparable in this nation.
Okay, very well, Prof. You laid emphasis on discipline. on academic excellence and on morals. Can you share your parent feedbacks on these core areas?
So, okay, thank you very much. I was making allusion to that many parents are becoming attracted to this our university. Please, this privilege to say this. I'm not castigating any university, but I want to say that, and it's a common saying, even among heads of institutions, our institutions have been invaded by moral decadence and this scourge of drug addiction. Our university, there are even some institutions they don't know how to handle it. But we thank God because we deliberately decided to face it frontally. For example, our students cannot enter when we are resuming now. Our freshers are resuming tomorrow. Every student will be subjected to drug tests, and every female will be subjected to both drug and pregnancy tests. And while they are in the university, we will make, they know, we are going to make random sample. We just go around and just randomly pick about 10, and then we go and test them. Because if any nation will thrive, if any nation will make it, deliberate effort must be made to fight this particular drug that want to render the children useless for the future. And that is our main focus as a group. Then to come to the question, why parents recognize this? They just want their children to be here. And that is the truth. Some parents will come to me and say, VC, you are doing great work here. Please, I want my child to be here. I want my child to have a future. And I want to say very categorically here that in our university here, we even have more students or a balance, even from outside the covers of the church, because they will come here and they say, I've had about Stanford University, and I know your church, I want my child to be here. I want to say it has run positively on us and our parents, and I think we are going to hold on to it because it will be where we're going to create our niche among other institutions going in the world.
Okay, Prof, you talked about subjecting your new intake to drug tests and also to pregnancy tests.
Yes.
Who is in charge of this test? Is it the school authority, or you work with their certificates, or there's something to indicate that they've undergone the test?
Oh, this one, it's a very sensitive area, and we are doing it with very care. It is predominantly handled by the university. In fact, we have a policy on this particular pregnancy or drug test because it's a thing that we must do and do it discreetly. And council approved, and therefore we have a committee that handles it in collaboration with our security unit and then the health center. It's a combination, and maybe some of our legal, we have a particular faculty of law, some of our legal advisors are there, and therefore it's a well organized, committee system combining about two different departments that are relevant to this particular situation. On that alone, we also have some partners from outside. There are some partners that are also professionals in that area because we don't want to beat the air. We don't want it. If any student tests negative or test positive, negativity, fine, good. We can try test again if it is positive. But a child is also free to cross-check, to confirm the veracity of our own test here. But to have dedicated centers outside with professionals, professionals that will help us make that second opinion so that we are sure that we are not doing anything wrong. Aside from that, we make sure that it is not just anywhere. Some parents are, my child test positive, I'm going to test them about that. No, we don't accept that. That will completely erode the sanity we want to inject into the system. That will erode the uniqueness we want this university to have. Please permit me to say this one without being biased or without being biased, that my church, Deeper Life Bible Shop, that at this university we are known for holiness. We are known for zero tolerance to all those. In fact, if there's any area anybody can attack us, it is that we are becoming more holy.
Okay. So definitely the university is on top of its game when it comes to subjecting students to these various tests.
By the grace of God, we are on top of it, and we are doing it with love, we are doing it with discretion. We want them to know that we are planning for their future, and our parents are so happy about this.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Now let's look at your position with NUC. What is the relationship with the university and NUC? Are you totally compliant to the requirements of NUC?
I want to say that I've said I'm being a vice chancellor in a public school, very big school, and I've been 100% attracted to some of these bodies and commissions that are helping our higher institutions, particularly the university. If not because of NUC, if not because of JAM, if not because of tech funds, but that's for the public school, most higher institutions and universities would have been like glorified primary schools. And therefore, as a university, we are completely in alignment with everything that NUC does. In fact, like I've said, this university leverages on accountability, value, and we don't cut corners. And therefore, we are friends of NUC. NUC is a body that is ready to maintain quality assurance in institutions through accreditation. Even if a program was to start at all, first of all, they do resource accreditation. After that one, they bring high-powered bodies that will come and touch every area. It is not done online. They do it online because they will visit, they see everything, they see your facilities. I'm attracted to this type of. So now university here that is also ready to do everything transparently. We are one of those that we always comply. I will say our compliance with NUC directives and policies is 100%. In fact, we are not a university where we do allow redress. I have said it oftentimes that when NUC comes to an institution, it is to help the institution. If you don't have enough staff, you don't have tables where your teachers are sitting, you don't have enough lecturers, and I say you should have it. It's for the best of the institution and it's for the good of the nation. And therefore, we are completely in alignment with that. And we don't do this here. It is what we have that we show. And by the grace of God, we've been having creditably full accreditation. I don't know to not just like we have not really hard interim, but we have good accreditation and recommendation. And before you leave, you don't mind, you can visit some of the facilities.
Thank you, sir. As a parent, if I have to choose a university within Lagos State environment, how can you convince me that Anchor University is the best place for my child to come?
Oh, thank you very much. I think I've started mentioning something along that line, but I'm going to answer straight. I want to say that Anchor University is a university of first choice now in this our nation. Even not sure, a parent called me from UK just a few. The child is here now. He said he was sending his child from UK to us here, and that we should please still help her to the year before the university is on. We are the young girl, and therefore this our university now is a university of first choice. Number one, because of excellence. We don't condone laziness here. And we were directed by the tenets of the scripture. And God does not permit like a desperate attitude, laziness. This is not a place where a staff will say that we will wait 2 weeks to the exam that we without to rush. It is not possible. We can't do it here. And therefore parents are getting to know now that if you want the best education for your child, that will be done without cutting corners. What is the exam malpractice? No. If a child is caught with exam malpractice, go to the disciplinary committee. It's not that we can be suspended for a whole year from this. But therefore, everybody is conscious. Our lecturers are also conscious. So, therefore, if I'm to say, I will say that this our university is where parents should bring their children. I talk about discipline now. The rate of indiscipline in society is scary. Many parents are even becoming fearful of their children, that how will they do it? But when children come to this particular place, they discover that in a short while, the language become transformed. I'm sorry to say, I have a sister institution too. That one is a bit older than other, the high school. I'm sorry if I'm deviating a little bit, but I think it's a genuine deviation because it's also our institution, owned by the same proprietor. Some very, stubborn children, those that parents are finally getting to say that there is no hope for this one. When they get to our high school, by the time they come back the first semester, the transformation appears to be mysterious. they now become very cool, quiet, and good. And you discover that maybe the year before the last, a child from high school had the best result in this university. So we are for the same thing we are doing here. Recently, our one of our students here had the best result in their one of the ICANN courses from this particular university, and they are still students, the best. Recently, they had a computer science competition in this nation. Our student here that is yet to graduate, we have still presented the result, had the best performance and was, given award nationally. And parents are getting to know this one, and therefore, in terms of moral, like I said initially, our children, everywhere I would have mentioned an outfit that it was NTA. Some of our students went to serve there and they gave them commendation that since of that they served in that place, that this one they were unique. That even they did a lot of things, all of those who served in some other daily news. So I want to say that because of what is happening here, because of what we are hearing when our trailer system, where we now monitor those who are outside, even when they are serving, all these things now flow out to parents, and they now know that there's a university here in Ayobon, Lagos, that is giving the best in all its holistic best to students, both young and old. And I want to say, without exaggeration, don't tell us here, what I'm saying today can be verified, either before you leave or from parents that have their children here.
Okay, thank you, Prof. Let's look at the next question. If you are to fix education in Nigeria, what would be your areas of priority? At least 5 of them, the top areas of priority.
5.
Yes.
It was a long time when I was in university that they were giving me 5 questions and they say answer all. Okay.
I know you are capable.
I'll try to do that. But before doing that, let me commend those who have been at the helm of affairs in this nation. I've been trying. One major thing I don't always accept is that as Nigerians, that we always stay at the complete corner and say nothing is happening. So many things are happening. I'm going to start by saying, if by the grace of God I'm to, as I just said, maybe propose, project, or privilege to do something for it, I start from academic excellence. I want to say that I don't know, Nigeria brain is special. I just came from UK and I discovered that in most of these international universities, Nigerian students are the best. The best, and that is the truth. And this has been covered severally. Even among workers, among those who are working there, we are unique, and therefore we should leverage on that. And therefore, to have that privilege, number one thing is academic excellence. If there are some few areas where there are areas to address, that's what I will address. I will make sure that that one does not go down. That's number one. Number two, I'm going to address the area of management. I think the country, even though by the grace of God we have citizens that are, highbrows in terms of academics, out of intellect, I think the management of university education in this country, we still need to look into it.
Management.
The management of resources in the university, management of financial resources, human resources, material resources, from higher those who are in the realm of affairs. I don't want to mention the levels of
Our leaders.
Our leaders. The management of education is what they should focus on, because Nigeria has high potential, and that is why we can beat many countries. Since we have excellent citizens, then the management must also be excellent. I want to propose. I want to say that our education will not strive if the human resources are not properly managed. The rate at which our heads are driven out of the country is not good for the system, for the nation. And that's why I have the privilege. I will say that we create strategies that will attract our good resources not to flow out again. And I think that is what I will radically want to address. What are the reasons? In most cases, everything may not be money. Everything may not be money. I know when I was young, rising up in academics, and when I was a student, I knew that some medical doctors, even when they graduate, they are given some incentives, even while doing their housemanship. We may not have that resources now too much. We may not be able to be giving them vehicles now, but you should do some things for them that will make traveling out look ridiculous. Look what do I have to go and as I thought I mentioned this country. I traveled to South Africa some years ago, a very small country, not by the side of South Africa. Who I interviewed them, their children have visa-free entrance to US because they don't even want to travel. Their staff tell them they don't know how to travel because what they needed to make life good have been made available. It is not bogus money, not bogus salary. For example, on the management of human resources, for example, if staff members, if they know that they can have some very coordinated accommodation, not too bogus, but well coordinated accommodation. Then number two, salaries. If it comes as at when due. What I've discovered that is that it is when salaries pile up that staff unions start to complain. And when they are complaining now, a complaint will give back to another complaint and everything will become complex. I therefore want to say that management of human resources in our system is not being properly taken care of yet. Then number three, I've mentioned one, because I'm going to pass this test. I've mentioned by one, I said in terms of academic excellence, we are good there. The country needs to pursue it more so that it doesn't go down. Number two, I'm talking about management of resources, human, management of unions too. For private schools now, we don't have that problem much. But I was surprised on the public school, as I'm saying, because there will be peace for government too. I want our unions also to be properly managed. What government have, that is what they must present before management and convince them to agree. But what I know unions for is that when you say you want to do this and you don't do it, you do it by how they will react. And then the academic system will be distorted. Coming therefore to the private institution, why we have confidence in private institutions and many parents is that there's no disruption of our academic system here because we manage the resources, not that it's too bogus, but the proprietors they try as much as possible.
You meet up with the expectations of your parents.
Expectations to make sure that things are done well. And therefore in most cases also staff also respect the integrity of these institutions, and in most cases they don't have any reason to want to violently react. I think this type of management situation should be brought into our public schools by government. If it's government institution, the things will not move if it is not done. Then I want to talk on discipline.
The third one.
The fourth one now.
Okay.
I'm doing the example. The fourth one. I've talked about academic excellence. I've talked about management of resources, management let me leave that. Management of resources to be looked into. I was going to go to the area of discipline.
Okay.
Discipline is also very, very important. If I have the privilege of handling some of these issues, when an environment is disciplined, the outer environment will be peaceful. If an environment is not disciplined, it will spill out. Therefore, government should also be concerned about the disciplinary measures being put in place in institutions. By my own little understanding of the right or the wrong, I think government always appear to look away from that. Discipline among staff, discipline among students. There should be no room for sexual harassment of staff, sex for score. There should be more drastic rules, more drastic disciplinary measures along this line among staff. There should be no extortion. I'm sorry to say, some of these things still flourish in many institutions. And parents are not happy about it, they may keep quiet. Students are not enjoying it. And the ripple effect on the nation is that it is what you give to the students and they can see from the staff when they graduate. That's what they also want to do. After all, our lecturers are extortioners. After all, our lecturers are harassers. They also continue to do it. Such very strange in our nations like this. I mean, in private institutions like faith-based universities. So therefore, Number three there, which I'm saying now is that government also should be pay more interest in disciplinary, just as NUC comes to monitor quality assurance, just as they come to monitor facility something, they should also come to monitor disciplinary situation in institutions.
Both in private and public universities.
NUC monitors everywhere. The NUC should monitor everywhere to know that things are done properly. Then number four, before I go to number five, which should not be the least, is also trying as government to make sure that facilities are made available. We don't manage. I thought we manage. We can't manage what does exist. Even though NUC they come for monitoring, for accreditation, and government are also trying through TED fund, because TED fund also releases money to institutions, but I think government should still do more. After accreditation, what I'm saying is that accreditation should not just be there to just judge and do this one. After accreditation, the gaps that are found there, government should also try to support in filling it. Because if government does not fill it, it will encourage institutions to continue to deceive. What they don't have is what they will continue to present. What I'm saying therefore is that accreditation process should not end up in coming, seeing, reporting to schools. This is what we must correct. No. They must also report to government. This is what we must do. If I have the privilege, I will radically pursue that to make government to know that they also have responsibility after accreditation. So I'm not talking of the role of government in making facilities, equipment available. They are still drastically below the normal standard.
You are referring to the teaching and learning materials.
Teaching, learning
Within the
materials,
university.
within the university, private public universities. Even nowadays, you say that it's when you get to private university, you have iconic buildings, you have fine buildings, it should not be so. It should not be so. And everyone cannot be richer than government. So it should not be so. Let attention, those who are, I don't know about that, let the citizens see leaders doing that.
Okay.
Even if they cannot see achieving, they will know that it's because the availability of resources before them. But if they look away from that, all these that I've mentioned, if it can be looked into, even citizens will have rest of mind. The last but not the least, and I want to focus, affect Nigerians themselves.
Okay.
And many a times we talk about government, we talk about lecturers, their moral, their this. What about the society, sir? The stakeholders, the parents, the financiers? I want all of us also to help education in this country. If I have the privilege of doing more than what I'm doing here, I will make sure that stakeholders are made accountable.
How?
That's what I'm doing. They must be made accountable as to what is happening in the education sector. All these ones sitting at the complaining corner, sitting at the attack corner, will not move the university forward. Look at it. How can parents who want their children to come to school and want to do a UTM exam, even with the credible thing that JAMB is doing, some parents they still want to cut corner. They want to be looking for miracle center where their children can do exam. Some women want to come and bring their children to bribe. So that's outside the university now. That does not help the. So stakeholders also must look at the future of the education of this country and support government to also create sanity into our system. What is happening externally is directly disturbing what is happening internally in the institutions. I want our parents to also show good examples to their children at home. Let them show good examples, because it is what the children also bring from the parents, the import into the institutions. I want all stakeholders at whatever level to take education enterprise as an enterprise for all, not just for one side of the community. There are some affluent people in the nation too. They are also stakeholders. They can also thank God such things are happening. In terms of in the developed world endowments, many universities try through endowment, through support from well-to-do people. I want Nigerians also to rise and help government. We're talking about government, they need to manage, they need to look, but also, well, I'm not part of the government too. So my own the last, but not the least
The fifth one.
the fifth I want to say is that stakeholders also needed to be focused on. Maybe in terms of encouragement, in terms of creating strategies that will involve them, in terms of letting them know, don't just abandon everything in the education sector to government. Do your own too. After all, it is for the future of your children. Look at private institutions now. Look at a lot of commitment that parents are giving to educate their children. And they are enjoying it because the children are coming out plainly and fine and on a very fine environment. I want parents also to support public schools, support private schools, support government, and then we have a brighter future, about better education. Now, thank God, we are shining globally, but it's not still enough. Let's shine globally and let's shine nationally.
Thank you, sir. Yes, Prof, your students, the new intake, when they come in, are they capable of fitting into their new classes properly, talking about the 100 level or the 200 level as the case may be?
Okay, thank you very much. I want to say very clearly that it becomes very easy for them to fit in because we have a system that you have put in place. For example, we are aware that they come from different backgrounds, and we really admit them by interview. UTME sends students to us, so we don't know them, we don't know their background. But at the point of coming, like I said, we make sure that we president they do tests to show their condition for coming in. Then we now give them orientation about our core values, about we take them to the library, the responsibility of students for their own personal education and future. All for it be for a whole of students, they are already planning as for a week that are going to have that talk for them. And with that now, their orientation now is being systematically directed at pursuing our vision. That is to say, academic excellence. We also want to direct their attention that here there is discipline. We don't deceive. There is discipline and it is for their good. It's for their good. We also direct their attention that they be attending fellowship. So within a short while, because of the orientation and for the fact that only the French students they are available now for 2 weeks, others will not join. So there will be no undue erosion. So they are able to decide on their own that this is a good place that they will want to. So they quickly fit in. But that's not to say that there could be that some of them are outliers. There are some of them that maybe they really do want to come here, but their parents, for them, they react. But after some time, when they see love, when they see that these things are being done, they also fit in. But I can't say that there are not some deviants. There are some deviants, but they have a system. We also have a different system that will always deal with that. They know we have the handbook, they have all our core values, their regulations there. I want to say that those who come here, they actually fit in. It is surprised us that we've admitted Muslims here. Muslim. And when Muslims come here, we tell them, well, just just anybody that uses said to all, we don't reject. For example, we say, okay, fine, we love you, but you have to conform to our core values and then be compliant. And if any of our members also decide to go to any Muslim university or whatever, they have to comply there. So in all honesty, I think the same is what I read. That students know that they are doing this thing not for their evil, but aside from the fact that it's part of their core value for which NUC and public university, they also know that it's for their future and for the future of the nation. So in a simple way, I think they fit in the compliance, but there are some deviants.
Yes. At this point, I would like to say a very big thank you to you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for your day. Thank you for your time. It has been a pleasure having you this morning. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Education Sector TV. Thank you.